Hello! There are three of us. This is Susie. This
Hi.
is what Susie looks like. So, hello and welcome to the Daily Space for today. Oh my God, what day of the month is it?
I don't know, and I still hear music.
Yeah, I forgot to mute that. Hello and welcome to the Daily Space for today, August 27th, 2019. We are coming to you live from the Planetary Science Institute Retreat in Tucson, Arizona. I feel like we should have an audience that goes, wee, right now. But they're in another room, and we are in the most hilarious location. They put us in, I kid you not, the bridal changing room to live stream. I will send you photos later, or Annie will send you photos later.
There's a photo already up on the announcement.
Perfect.
Not of
perfect.
the entire room, but
there
of the setup without people.
Bits. Thank you, Kevlar.
But there's no dogs
Thank
to throw
you.
the bits at.
Well, we'll cheer when you
Yes.
do
Yay!
I didn't even bring
I'm here
Cheerios
instead
to
of
throw
dogs.
at anybody. So
Yeah, it's all good. So, I'm missing the alerts on this screen. Sorry
they're
about that.
behind the webcam somehow.
Okay,
I
I'm
saw
not going
it.
to
I
try.
saw it on the screen.
I'm not going to try and figure this out.
Wait. Oh, now you have audio on here too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I had it turned
Oh,
on.
I found the alerts. I can move the alerts to the surface.
Okay.
We will now have alerts. So, we do have news. I just wanted to woot and hi and everything else first. This week will be a crazy week. I suspect one of us at some point will do a walk around this site with a stream, accosting random scientists as we go. It's a gorgeous location.
It is. Oh my goodness. This is amazing.
We've been out of our room like 2 hours, and we've already seen like 7 or 8 lizards and all kinds of wildlife, and it is gorgeous. Now, it is hot. We are in the desert, so it's hot, but shade works here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, shade works. I have my parasol. I have a very wide sun hat. So, yeah.
And I simply am going, well, this is why my Native American genetics work, but why don't I have sunglasses? Because my eyeballs are still vampires. But I'm going to switch over to the news for a moment. Thank you for the sub-R intro. Before I go over, before I switch over to the news, however, I want to share with you some of the random swag. Thank you for the bits, Wayne Johnson.
All the bits. Yay!
Okay. I want to share with you some of the. I stole the elephant.
Oh, you stole the elephant? Well, you borrowed the elephant. You didn't steal it.
That is true. So hi.
I can't stream and do chat at the same time.
The PSI staff is global, and one of the women who's in South Africa brought some local art that includes these fabulous little bead creatures. Photos of these will be going up on Instagram later. And you want to share Bennu? Here, have a background.
Have a background. So, I mentioned this in chat earlier, but they 3D printed little tiny Bennus. There are some details you can't see them because the lighting in here is terrible. Yeah, the lighting in here is terrible. We're doing our best. But they also had comets that they 3D printed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So.
and I brought one of those with me. And what gets me is, so yes, they just finished flying over 100 people all over the world into Tucson, Arizona, but they're also being eco-friendly. Carbon offsets, people. It's a thing.
It is.
So do you want to, so she's going to open up a comet while I show you one of the gifts we all got. So we got these little bags that have a brush so that you can clean out all the metal straws.
And there's teeth protectors in there too.
Yes,
Really?
so you don't bump
there's
your
like
teeth on
silicone
them.
teeth protectors for the ends.
So these
That's
are like
awesome.
super nice
Yeah.
reusable straws.
And it's okay to use plastic straws if you need to use plastic
Yes.
straws.
Just
But-
if you don't need to, don't take one.
So here is the comet.
It looks like a rubber duck.
What comet is this?
That's Chirigiri 67P.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just going to go with this is 67P as in Papa. And,
It's the one, the Rosetta mission.
Oh,
went
okay,
to.
so this is the Rosetta mission.
Yes.
There we go.
I
Yeah, Rosetta's
recognized it.
lander Philae. There we
'Cause
go.
It looks like a rubber ducky.
It does.
So it's currently just basically a party of scientists, and also we're learning about each other's science. We're training each other. Apparently, we're gonna wear rubber ducks. I'm okay with these
Why
things.
not?
I'm
I don't
okay
know
with
how
these
long
things.
this is going to last.
So, before things go entirely off the rails, we are going to go back on the rails ever so briefly and bring you some science. So, in today's top story, I have news coming to you from the University of Maryland, where they have been doing some, well, digging through the archives to build an even cooler science story. In this case, the image that we're seeing over there, I'm totally set up opposite of how I normally am. This is a galaxy that does not have a name listed on the press release. Anyways, back in 2016, a kilonova with a brief gamma ray burst was noticed in this galaxy, and there were, because this was an unusually nearby and an unusually, well, they're all bright. It was an unusually nearby, which made it unusually bright gamma ray burst. Folks with any telescope that could hopped on and started observing. And they had great data to begin with, but unlike most supernovas, this one didn't show the standard get bright and then taper down over a couple of weeks. It simply got bright and went away rather rapidly. And this can be kind of disappointing because you don't get the follow-up data. But then a year later, in 2017, there was a gravitational wave detection that appears to have emanated from a neutron star merger that occurred in this system. So what they saw with the kilonova was actually an initial ignition of some of the material in the system, but the final merger of the neutron stars came a year later. Now, I haven't been able to dig through and find the newly published article. It's hidden behind a paywall so far, as near as I can tell. So there will be solutions procured to get behind the paywall and learn more about this. But this is telling us an even cooler story than what we already had for the source of all that gold you're currently wearing and that is currently inside your body, because we're actually made in very tiny, tiny part of gold. So yeah, a kilonova one year, a gravitational wave source the next. This is how neutron stars die and bring us the metals we rely on. Now, in our next story of the day, we have what is one of the prettiest pictures of Venus. Thank you, the alerts are behind again. I'm sorry, I will bring the alert up. What are we thanking? We are thanking...
Following.
Beverly
Thank you,
Roster. Yeah.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you, Beverly.
Thanks.
And the alerts are now on the surface again. Sorry about that. So this is about the prettiest picture I have ever seen of Venus. And this has with it, coming to us from the University of Wisconsin, a sentence that just kind of stopped me completely when I was reading the press release. There are unknown dark absorbers in the upper atmosphere of Venus. And while they were, and I'm totally failing to find the sentence right now, of course, while live on air. So I'm going to tell you what I read earlier today and find it later. Oh, here we go. Between 2006 and 2017, Venus's albedo, this is how much light Venus reflects back. The measure of ultraviolet light in particular reflected back to space, halved before beginning to rebound. This means the amount of light that was getting reflected by Venus in the ultraviolet, which is where a lot of the heat that penetrates through the clouds goes through, gets changed into infrared light that then gets held in. This is the light that causes the greenhouse effect. the ultraviolet light reflected back to space halved before beginning to rebound. The fact that the amount reflected halved means that it was going through those clouds. It was getting absorbed into the clouds. Venus had a much greater source of heat during this period, and then it rebounded back to normal. And this sort of sparked the question of how did that happen? That seems like a rather bad thing. The bad thing is me thinking about this. Turns out in the upper atmosphere of Venus, they're finding these dark splotchy molecules of stuff. They're calling them dark splotches. They don't fully know what they are and how many of them are in the atmosphere, where they are in the atmosphere. It seems to change over time. And this might be part of the problem with Venus, is it has these dark molecules that absorb out the light, re-radiate the heat at different wavelengths of light, and drive the temperatures and the storms on Venus. The dark splotches are known scientifically as unknown absorbers. We have a lot of why you don't allow astronomers.
I mean, this is better than UFO.
It is.
It's just so much better than UFO.
I have a lot of unknown absorbers at my house that eat our food.
Ooh.
So
Shots fired.
showing the peanut gallery. Yes. To repeat that sentence again. There's an ebb and flow of mysterious dark splotches at the tops of Venus's clouds. The unknown absorbers are near the top of the list of suspects for the temperature variations and the reflection of variations. In fact, they may be playing a major role in these changes. So, yeah, someone please write a science fiction story about this. Somebody please write a science fiction story about this. Now, in our last story of the day, we have to switch scenes. I know I need to switch scenes. I'm also trying to find the video that is associated with this before I switch scenes. You've probably seen some version of this photo before. This is the Crab Nebula. It is a supernova remnant. The supernova itself was observed going off and recorded. Thank you for the bits.
Yay!
Thank you, Keeper. Yay! Dark splotches got bits. So this supernova is one that we have been observing as a human race as long as we've been able to look up. There was a period of time where we couldn't see it because we didn't have telescopes and it's far away. But then it got big and visible and we got telescopes. So go team. And what is amazing is in the period of time that we have had these telescopes, we have recorded its actual change over time. So this is video of, sorry, I lied. This isn't the crab. This is Cassiopeia A. And in this video, you can actually ever so slightly see the system moving and changing across just one academic generation.
What?
This is real-time
That is gorgeous.
change and motion of a remnant of an exploded star.
This is wild.
This is why astronomers don't retire, they simply die. It's because we can actually watch the sky change, and people sometimes, mostly, occasionally, thank you for your bits, pay us to do what we do. We're paid by you. Thank you. Okay, so that concludes the science that I have for today. And I'm going to switch back to our view with the full peanut gallery. They are forever known as the peanut gallery. And we will take your questions, but before we do that, I just want to remind you, this has been a very weird and exciting episode of The Daily Space. We are coming to you live this week from the Planetary Science Institute at their retreat at the Hacienda del Sol Resort in Tucson, Arizona. We will be bringing you randomness all this week and coming to you live from the bridal changing room, because that's where they put us.
Actually, it's a fantastic room.
It is a fantastic room.
It's just funny.
Odd, but
Yes.
fantastic.
So we are here, and we are a production of the Planetary Science Institute.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's totally Walker.
I thought it was Mike Cassidy.
No, he gifted
Oh, thank you, Walker.
a sub to Mike. Thank you.
Thank you, Walker.
Thank you, Walker.
We love you, and I can't wait to hear that you got your cookies or candies.
Candies and
Candies.
possibly cookies.
You're a good human.
Favorite human
You're
wants the
all
cookies.
good humans. We love all of you.
So we are a production of the Planetary Science Institute, and we are here because of you. This show, I'm able to pay these two a living wage because of your donations, because of your subs, and the best way that you can support us financially is over on patreon.com, and the reason it's the best is because that's the best way for us to get you things in thanks. We are looking in September to starting to put out a daily podcast that is basically the news that's coming out on this stream, but with less chaos. So I'll be doing a clean read and production, and we're always looking for new things to get you, and we just hope to make you proud. There will be a Hangout-a-thon again this year to support all of our media programs. Details coming soon. It will be the weekend in December right before Christmas. So let's, thank you. Thank you.
And Dr. Sykes earlier in the presentation was bragging about how well we do our Hangout-a-thons. So you guys got bragged about to all the PSI scientists
And,
from the big boss. And so that's fantastic.
And one of the admin people's like, I always like seeing the PayPal emails that come in that say
Yes.
$5, $10. They're like, CosmoQuest is really doing the thing. So I finally told
Thank
Kimberly.
you for the bits.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
So
you.
I finally told Kimberly that we throw Cheerios at dogs, and she was highly amused.
They are delighted
It's
to
true.
hear
They
this.
are.
It's true. Yes. All right. So, do we have any
Yes,
questions?
Veronica asked how many mirrors are in the room. So I'm
Oh,
going to get up.
good Lord.
Oh.
All of them.
No, actually, so there's one behind
There's
the camera.
one big one
So there's one that's
back
behind
there.
here. And then there's a bathroom
Yeah.
with... How many mirrors are in the bathroom? Technically 2, but only one's
Two.
usable.
Yep.
So
So-
there's 3 mirrors in here.
And not nearly as many lights as you would expect for a room where you're going to be putting on
yeah,
makeup.
That really confused me. I
It
don't
did.
know why there's so
But
few
the lighting
lights.
on the camera looks fantastic.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're not complaining.
So, are there other questions? I'm not
I-
logged in as CosmoQuest.
I just saw how many how many mirrors.
What is it with Annie and the toilets?
Wait, who's asking about that?
Walker.
Why? Just because I mentioned that there's a bathroom?
You know, these are the things you notice. You walk into a room, there's a toilet. You notice these
Well,
things.
she's going to do a presentation later about space toilets. You watch. It will be a hit.
And,
The people in that room are going to love it.
and I'm going to try and live stream.
I've been holding back talking about space toilets because
It's going to be fantastic.
yeah.
So I will be trying to live stream our talks later on. I have no idea how well that is or is not going to go. We will see. We will see. So stay tuned. More things are coming. I know it's being kept kind of short today, but
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we'll bring you more randomness. You've got to see this place. It's gorgeous.
It's
It is
gorgeous. So give us a follow if you haven't already, and find out whenever we go live with everything from here, with our talks, with our presentations, and in coming months, even more. What are you eyeing at?
DPI asks, are there bets on how many questions about space toilets Annie will get? Start your betting pool.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it with 3. I say 3. And we got the hotel reservations last night. We are going to go try and see CRX-19, the launch of a Falcon 9, carrying a resupply mission to the International Space Station in December, because I had a ton of Hilton Honors points So we're going to blow my points and go watch a rocket launch. The
A
bits that
SpaceX
you give
rocket
are
launch.
going to go to paying our admission fees to get into Kennedy, so that we can also,
We can
bring
stream
you-
a little bit from there and show you, maybe give you a tour.
yeah,
I don't know if that launch is going to be
exciting.
available for NASA Social, but that is because we have everything all set up. If NASA Social pops up for that launch, I'm totally
Oh,
applying.
we're also press. We can go in as press.
We can
wait,
get
how are we
press
press?
passes.
Astronomy cast.
Astronomy cast is press.
Okay.
That's how we went to the Osiris
Yes.
Rex launch, which
What?
was
So we will
awesome.
we will be attending press, and yes,
We'll talk.
We'll
Yes.
talk. I forgot to tell Annie that.
I didn't know. I'm
It
so
is-
excited. now.
Honestly, it is so cool to be press because they take you and you literally are close enough you can feel the rumble from the launch.
Oh my goodness.
It is awesome. So thank you for enabling us to go places and do
This is the
things.
second exciting thing that's happened today.
She's so
Yeah,
excited.
we're-
She's tearing up. It's awesome. Okay.
You're awesome. You're awesome. I will share the other exciting thing. What is today? Tuesday? I will share the other exciting thing on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are now going to go back. I will try and stream all 3 of our presentations today, or one of us will be streaming the others. It will be figured out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do to support us. As always, this is a production of the Planetary Science Institute.
Who love us?
They're awesome.
If you ever miss us live here on twitch.tv/CosmoQuestX, you can get us on the archives because of this woman.
This week will be a little late, but
It'll
normally I
happen.
get it up same day.
So we archive all of our videos on youtube.com/c/CosmoQuest. We are here thanks to you. Thank you for all you give, all you do. If you can't help out monetarily, that's okay. Spread the word, get others here. You never know what connections you will make. And I am going to, not awkwardly, because I have a computer in front of me that I can read the screen on, although a bit of
Go to recent events,
recent events.
and then go over to the once it loads.
I'm learning new things. This is why we need to both be in the same place.
That,
Uh-huh.
and then
Oh,
credits. Just
I
roll
didn't
credits.
know about that screen.
It is really awesome
That
when we get
is
to all be
glorious.
in the same place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever you are in the world, have a fabulous morning, evening, or afternoon. Go outside, look up, and we all share one sky. And thank you for the bits! Thank you. We will see you on the other side. Bye-bye.